Hey, and welcome to Tip Tuesday. Now listen, I'll save the good stuff for last because today we are closing out our relationships and connection series with something that nobody really likes to talk about, but everybody needs to. And that thing is money. Specifically, the conversations couples need to be having about it. Now, let me be transparent with y'all. Before we go ahead and dive in, I did not have these conversations before I got married. Partially because I was raised by a single mom who handled her own finances and took care of her own business. So naturally, that's what I did. I was let me stop playing, y'all. And I'm still independent, even afterwards. But let's focus, y'all. That's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day. But here's what I know now. These conversations matter. They can make or break a relationship. And more importantly, they help you and your partner become good stewards over the finances God has placed in your hands. Proverbs 24:3 says, "Through wisdom, a house is built, and through understanding, it is established." You cannot build something solid on a financial foundation nobody ever talked about. So, let's go ahead and talk about it, y'all. Conversation 1. Your money story. Before you combine anything, your accounts, household lives, you need to understand where each of you came from financially. Were you raised in a home where money was tight and never discussed? Were you taught to save or were you taught to spend? Did your family treat money as a source of stress or a tool of provision? Because here's the thing, y'all. You do not just marry a person. You marry their relationship with money, their habits, their fears, their patterns. All of it comes into the relationship, whether you acknowledge it or not. Get it on the table. Ask each other, what did money look like growing up, and how did that shape the way you handled it? The answers will tell you everything. All right. Now, conversation number 2. Your financial goals and vision as a couple. Do you want to buy a house, pay off debt, build an emergency fund, retire early, travel, give generously? You need to know if you are actually moving in the same direction, because two people pulling towards two different financial futures is going to create so much tension every single time. Habakkuk 2:2 says, write the vision and make it plain. That applies to your finances too. Sit down together and write it out. What does financial health look like for your family in this year? Maybe 5 years, in 10 years. Get specific, get aligned, and revisit it regularly, because life changes and your plans need to change with it. All right? And conversation number 3. Roles, responsibilities, and expectations. Who is paying which bills? Are you combining everything or are you keeping some things separate? Who is the spender? Who is the saver? Because I promise you, there is always one of each. And how are you going to handle it when one of you wants to make a big purchase the other one wasn't expecting? This is where a lot of couples get in trouble. Not because they disagree, but because they never actually had the conversation. They just assumed. And the assumptions in marriage are expensive. Literally. Talk about it. Decide together and give each other grace when one of you inevitably buys something you probably should have discussed first. I'm not pointing fingers. I'm just saying. Okay? And listen, if money is already a source of conflict in your relationship, I want to encourage you to consider talking to a financial counselor or even a couples therapist who specializes in financial dynamics. There is no shame in getting help. The shame would be letting something fixable destroy something valuable. All right, so quick recap. Your money story, your financial vision, your roles and responsibilities. Those are 3 conversations, y'all. That's it. Have them before you need to, because the best time to talk about money in a relationship is before it becomes a problem. All right, that's a wrap in our relationships and connection series. And I have loved every single week of this with you. Just in case you missed the video from yesterday, we are going on a 2-week sabbatical. So don't come here next week expecting a video, okay? I'm just playing, y'all. All right, come tell me in the comments which of these conversations you think is the hardest to have. I want to know. I will be down there in the comments reading every single one. I will see you when you choose to return. Peace. And